Welcome to the American Academy of Research and Academics podcast. I'm your host, and today we're diving deep into a topic that's essential for anyone involved in research or academics, the art of crafting a perfect research proposal. Whether you're a student, a budding researcher, or a seasoned professional, mastering the research proposal is a skill that can open doors to countless opportunities. Let's explore how to craft one that stands out. First, let's understand the heart of a research proposal. It's your blueprint. It explains what you plan to do, why it matters, and how you'll do it. Think of it as your pitch to decision makers who need to believe in your idea. So, the stakes are high, and the effort you put into this document can define your success. Now, let's break this down step by step. Step 1. Crafting the title and abstract. Start with the title. Your title should be concise but impactful. It must communicate the core of your research in a way that intrigues the reader. For example, instead of saying, "Study on air pollution," try something more engaging like analyzing urban air quality trends, impacts on public health and policy. See the difference? The second title gives clarity and purpose, while sparking curiosity. Next comes the abstract. This is your elevator pitch in 300 words or less. It should summarize your objectives, methods, and expected outcomes. A good abstract is clear, engaging, and gives the reader a reason to dive into the rest of your proposal. Here's an example of an effective abstract. This study explores the correlation between urban air quality trends and the rise of respiratory disorders in metropolitan cities over the past decade. Using data analysis and predictive modeling, we aim to identify high-risk areas and propose actionable policy recommendations to mitigate health risks. Notice how this example sets the tone for what's to come. Step 2. Framing the problem. The problem statement is the backbone of your proposal. It answers the question, why does this research matter? This is your chance to showcase the gap in knowledge or the issue that demands attention. For example, let's say your research focuses on renewable energy. Instead of vaguely stating that we need renewable energy, specify the problem. Say something like, despite global efforts, renewable energy adoption remains under 30% in developing nations due to high costs and lack of awareness. This research will investigate cost-effective strategies to promote solar energy in rural areas. A clear, well-defined problem statement not only grabs attention but also demonstrates that you've done your homework. Step 3. Reviewing the literature. Your literature review is where you prove that you know the field. Highlight key studies related to your topic and identify gaps in current research. This is where you position your work as a necessary addition to the existing body of knowledge. For example, if your proposal focuses on telemedicine, you might say, while previous studies highlight the benefits of telemedicine in urban areas, there is limited research on its adoption in rural communities. This study aims to bridge that gap by focusing on patient experiences in underprivileged regions. Use this section to show the reviewers that you're not reinventing the wheel, you're adding to it. Step 4. Defining your objectives. Your objectives should be SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. These guideposts will steer your research and help reviewers understand your focus. Here's an example. This research aims to identify 3 key factors limiting renewable energy adoption in rural Pakistan and develop a cost-effective implementation model within a 6-month timeline. Clear objectives provide direction and show you're serious about your work. Step 5. Describing the methodology. Now, we move to the how. This is the section where you detail your research design, data collection methods, and analysis techniques. Your methodology should be as clear and replicable as possible. For example, this study will use a mixed methods approach. Quantitative data will be collected through surveys distributed to 500 rural households, while qualitative insights will be gathered through 20 in-depth interviews with local policymakers. The data will then be analyzed using statistical software to identify trends and correlations. Be specific. Avoid vague terms like, "we will analyze data." Instead, Explain how you will analyze the data. Step 6. Highlighting expected outcomes. Next, outline the potential impact of your research. What new knowledge or solutions will it bring? For example, this research is expected to provide actionable insights into affordable renewable energy strategies, potentially benefiting over 10,000 rural households. The findings will also contribute to global discussions on sustainable development. This section is your opportunity to make your case for why this research deserves funding or approval. Step 7. Budgeting and timeline. The budget and timeline sections may seem like technicalities, but they're crucial. Break down your costs and specify how you'll allocate resources. Include equipment, personnel, travel, and any other expenses. For example, the proposed budget is $10,000, which includes $4,000 for survey tools, $3,000 for travel to rural areas, and $3,000 for data analysis software and personnel training. Similarly, outline a realistic timeline. For instance, Month 1, literature review and survey design. Months 2 to 3, data collection. Month 4, data analysis. Month 5, drafting the report. Month 6, final review and submission. A well-planned budget and timeline show reviewers that you've thought through the logistics. Step 8, addressing common mistakes. Before we wrap up, let's discuss some common mistakes and how to avoid them. First, avoid vagueness. Reviewers want clarity. For example, don't say, "We will study renewable energy adoption." Instead, say, "We will examine the financial and social barriers to renewable energy adoption in rural areas of Sindh, Pakistan." Second, don't neglect the importance of citations. Your literature review should be backed by credible sources. Finally, don't underestimate proofreading. Typos and grammatical errors can make even the best ideas seem unprofessional. Step 9. Final tips for success. Here are some tips to make your research proposal stand out. Know your audience, tailor your language, and focus to the funding body or academic committee reviewing your proposal. Tell a story. Use a narrative that connects the problem, objectives, and expected outcomes. Be concise. Avoid unnecessary jargon. Focus on clarity and precision. Conclusion. Crafting a research proposal is both an art and a science. It's your opportunity to showcase your ideas, demonstrate your expertise, and secure the support you need to make your vision a reality. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the American Academy of Research and Academics podcast. For more tips, resources, and updates, visit aaroms.com. Be sure to subscribe and share this episode with fellow researchers. Until next time, keep exploring, keep innovating, and keep pushing the boundaries of knowledge.